The theater area of operations divides into a communication zone and a combat zone. The communication zone is organized to provide for the support and maintenance of the field force. It is the link between the combat force and the national support base. The zone extends from the port complex approximately 600 kilometers to the rear boundary of the Corps. The communication zone is divided geographically into forward and rear area commands, which provide fourth-line service support to the forces in the combat zone. It also includes functional commands, which deal with transportation, signals, engineer, medical, and personnel services. The Forward Area Command incorporates the resources and real estate from the combat zone rearward to the Rear Area Command. Its main functions involve command and control of administrative elements within the FAC, daily replenishment of Corps Service Command from the area support groups, occasional replenishment of forward combat troops using short-range tactical transport aircraft, and rear area security and damage control operations. The Rear Area Command includes the port and beach complexes, transit areas, and a number of airfields. Its main tasks involve clearing cargo from the ports, beaches, and airfields, and shipping it forward to area support groups, or, on occasion, direct to combat zone forces. The Port Task Group clears personnel and material through ports and over beaches, funneling them to transit areas for sorting and onward dispatch by road, rail, air, or inland waterways. Ships sitting in port are obviously vulnerable. They must be unloaded rapidly and the cargo dispersed as quickly as possible. Existing civilian labor and harbor facilities will be used where feasible. At the transit area, stores are sorted prior to their being forwarded on to an area support group. Whenever possible, stores are sent direct from the port to the ASG to avoid double handling in the transit areas. The area support groups provide fourth-line support to the combat zone and second, third, and fourth-line support to the communication zone. ASGs are located within the forward and rear area commands. The ASG has no fixed organization. It consists of a headquarters and a number of battalion-sized units which form depots containing ammunition, ration stores, and vehicles. Each depot holds a cross-section of all types of stocks held within the theater. Each nation participating in an Allied campaign is represented by a national commander who is responsible for exercising full command over all its nationals, assigning combat formations to Allied commanders and units to the communication zone, retaining overall responsibility for administration provided to their forces, and providing the agreed-upon administrative support to Allied forces. The national commander's responsibility for administration generally involves personnel administration, dental, medical, military police, maintenance, transportation, and supply functions. These are carried out by groupings of units designated as a Canadian Support Group. One or more CSGs are located within the FAC and may be partially integrated into the Allied Theater Administrative System. The combat zone is the area forward of the communication zone required by the Corps for the conduct of operations. Third-line combat service support is provided to the divisions and brigade groups of the Corps by the Corps Service Command, the Corps Medical Command, and the Corps Military Police Battalion. These organizations also provide third and second line support to Corps troops and other units and formations operating in the Corps rear area. The Corps Service Command is the major subordinate formation of the Corps, and its headquarters coordinates the formation's combat service support activities. Within Costcom HQ are several functional control centers, the most important of which are the Material Management Center, the Movement Control Center, an Electrical Mechanical Control Center, and a Rear Area Security and Damage Control Center. The Koscom headquarters and signal regiment provide the administrative communications to all elements of the command. The working elements of the command include a transportation brigade, a supply brigade, a maintenance brigade, a dental battalion, a personnel replacement battalion, a crewed vehicle replacement battalion, and a finance battalion. The Costcom Transportation Brigade provides Corps-wide transportation support to the replenishment and personnel replacement systems and to support administrative and tactical operations. The brigade includes a bulk fuel transport battalion, a Corps Troops Transport Battalion, a Corps Artillery Ammunition Transport Battalion, 2 third-line transport battalions, a postal company, and a terminal movements company. The Costcom Supply Brigade provides all supply material and services to the Corps. The brigade comprises a General Supplies Battalion, a Combat Supplies Battalion, a Forward Replenishment Battalion, a Laundry, Bath, and Decontamination Battalion, a Vehicle Supply Battalion, an Amenities Company, and a Corps Transit Company. The Costcom Maintenance Brigade ensures the operational fitness of all equipment in the Corps and provides third-line maintenance support to the Corps and second-line support to Corps troops. The brigade is organized into a Heavy Workshop Battalion, a Medium Workshop Battalion, a Recovery Battalion, and an Engineering and Technical Training Company. Located within the Corps' rear area are the Corps headquarters, the headquarters of the Corps Service Command, forward and rear administrative areas, replenishment points, rail, air, road, waterway, and fuel terminals, and operational and reserve stock locations. These enable the functioning of the replenishment system and allow provision and delivery of resources which maintain stock levels and equipment holdings in accordance with established staff priorities. The Corps Forward Administrative Area contains relatively mobile third-line elements which provide for the immediate replenishment, replacement, maintenance, medical and military police needs of the Corps formations. The Corps Rear Administrative Area contains remaining Corps combat service support elements which require larger areas for deployment, greater stability, and mutual protection in order to perform their tasks. Replenishment points are established by the Costcom Forward Replenishment Battalion. They provide immediate replenishment of combat supplies and a limited range of critical fast-moving items to the divisions and to Corps troops. RPs hold 3 days of combat supplies and may also hold a portion of the Corps reserves and quantities of engineer stores. Up to 4 RPs may be sited in the Corps rear area. They are established on the basis of 1 per division and 1 for Corps troops. RPs are sited approximately 20 to 80 kilometers from the division administrative areas, enabling division transport to effect replenishment on a daily basis. An RP is a self-contained composite organization of company size, incorporating a holding and issue capability for combat supplies, vehicles, and miscellaneous general and technical stores. Due to the nature and tonnages involved, the majority of stocks held by an RP are on the ground, although certain commodities, such as technical stores and weapons, may be held on wheels. RP quantities may be in the order of 2,400 tons of ammunition, 1,500 tons of POL, and 200 tons of rations. Each RP may act as an equipment backloading point and process salvage and in-transit stores on a scheduled basis. An RP covers a relatively large area. The ammunition site alone could occupy 5 kilometers of road space. RP stocks are brought forward from the ASGs by Communications Zone Transport, augmented as required by Corps Transport. RPs are fully stocked before they are opened and are seldom replenished. While existing stocks are run down, new RP locations are being built up. When its stocks are depleted, the RP is closed and the drawing formations are switched to a new location. Terminal transfer points are sited along the lines of communication within the Corps area. These are manned by elements from the Koscom Terminal Movements Company and transit companies. They support the replenishment system by directing pipeline, air, rail, highway, and inland waterway shipments of supplies and equipment to Corps formations and units. Operational stocks within the Corps include a 3-day basic load within units, a 1-day maintenance load within the division, and a 3-day maintenance load at locations spread throughout the Corps forward and rear administrative areas. Also, designated Costcom supply and transport companies hold 3 days of combat reserve stocks within the Corps area. These are operational reserves and are only issued on the authority of Corps headquarters. Control of all these dispersed operational stocks is handled by the Combat Service Support Subsystem of the Automated Combat Information System. The subsystem receives supply-directed inputs from a number of inventory points located throughout the Corps, from material management centers in the communications zone, and from the Central Inventory Control Point back in Canada. Automated data processing provides support for all functions involving personnel, maintenance, transportation, finance, and medical transactions. The maintenance system within the Corps is supported by the Koscom Maintenance Brigade. Equipment casualties beyond the repair capability of the formations are placed at a Corps backloading point. From there, they are recovered to Corps maintenance facilities which carry out Level 3 repairs and any Level 2 overload beyond the immediate capability of the Division Service Group or Brigade Group Service Battalion. Corps recovery resources may also be situated at Division or Brigade Group BLPs to provide forward recovery and support of second-line requirements. This presentation has provided an overview of the theater administrative system, less those activities assigned to the medical, military police, replacement, and finance entities operating in the Corps rear area and in the communication zone. The administrative system is a far-reaching entity involving vast amounts of material and great numbers of personnel. Its organizations are structured on the building block principle, which can integrate with host nation support systems and easily can augment their division and brigade group second-line counterparts.